And another episode of Athletics LLC has begun. Welcome one, welcome all. Another fun night of, let's call it dialogue tonight. Let's call it a dialogue of things to be coming up soon. Clyde, how are you tonight, sir?
We are preparing to go to conference battle next week. So this week is survival for me.
Yep. Lamar, spring has sprung heavens.
As you can tell by the title, I have just officially begun the baseball track season. So things are good. The baseball guys are getting ready to head to spring training, and the track decathletes are about a month out. They're about a month out from their first meet, not decathlon, but their first meet. So it's about that time.
Really is. Governor, how are you tonight, sir?
We're leaving tomorrow for beautiful, bountiful Birmingham, Alabama. We are thrilled. We can't wait. I mean, outside of, our hotel, we stay out by the colonnade. So like where all the rich folks stay, I guess.
Hey.
There's a breakfast spot right down the street from our hotel that I'm really looking forward to that. Really good coffee. And we're ready to go. Everybody's in one piece, and just gonna let it rip Saturday, Sunday. Last go round in Conference USA indoors, so this one is it hits a little bit different.
Where are y'all going to?
We are headed to the American.
The American.
Yes. 3 schools left the American. 6 Conference USA schools have jumped in to replace them. So the merry-go-round is never ending.
Hey, there's always a reason to level up.
Absolutely.
We legitimately won't even know who's in what conference in the next 3 years.
Oh,
like over the span of the next 3 years, we're not going to remember.
I think the biggest question is what's going to happen out west. I think everybody's really trying to figure this out.
If we go back to year one, if you remember, I said at some point in time we're going to have 4 conferences of 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the question has always just been whether the ACC, the Big 12, or the Pac-12 was going to get dissolved. So we'll figure it out at some point.
It is still, and this is not a topic that we have for the show, but at this point, given everything that has happened, given the exit of Los Angeles to the Big 12, the only rational choice is for the Big 12 and the Pac-12 to put their pride to the side and create Biggie Pac.
The Big Pac. It's Biggie Pac, no question about it.
No, has this actually been a topic? Have we actually talked about it?
I'm sure I said it once before.
It's been said more than once, for sure.
Yeah, but how is that not the plan?
Exactly.
Ego.
Yes.
That's the only reason.
Which is how you ended up in this place in the first position.
Mm-hmm.
Also facts. So anyway, what we got? What you got for us, Mama Chu?
I mean, as we always start in this time of year, track is back. And at this rate, it hasn't left, and it just keeps stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking. And stacking.
Another week, another FemK Bowl sighting.
Yeah.
Sub 49.
It looked effortless.
Number 6 all time.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
And I don't know if she can do it or if she's even trying to do it, but there's certain records in this game that you call it whatever you want. I just want to see them off the books.
Mm-hmm.
So if FemK Bowl or Sid or whoever else can just do us that favor and eliminate that absolutely fraudulent indoor world record from the books, I'm here for that. So props to FemK. Can we please get those up out of here? Somehow.
I mean, they could set up a race at Clemson, no problem, right?
Hey, I'm here for it.
I
Wait,
mean,
did
sure.
Clemson do the paperwork? Because we need it to count.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
As long as the paperwork's in.
I love the pettiness of this show. Well, you know what? I'll jump in there for some track is back snippets. Evidently, Coach Powell at Washington has chosen violence, and
Yes.
he has like 75 different people qualified for the mile, the 3K, and the 5K. And look, I don't want to go too far on this because this is definitely going to come up later in the show. But I had someone call me this morning and say that with a straight face that Washington was going to score 100 points at the national meet, and I was like, okay, I need you not to start drinking so early. But the point, like I said, listen, you've lost it, but I get what you're saying.
Mhm.
Like they can score 50 points in the mile 3K, 5K DMR. They can do that. And they have a triple jumper who's good.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
And they have actually two decent, I don't know if I'm gonna say legitimate, decent heptathletes, decathletes.
Yeah.
What I respect about what the Washington crew is doing, and it's a weird dynamic, right? Just own what you know you're good at.
Amen.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, for some reason, that's not necessarily celebrated across the board in event groups, but they are good at this. They are elite at this. And if they can bust out 50 points at indoor nationals doing nothing but running distance, amen to them. More props to them. And if you don't like that model, then do something about it. Stop them. Because, I mean, my God, the mile group is just disrespectful.
Yes.
Like think about that, what that will look like either in person or on TV if it holds the way it is. Here's the men's mile final, and 6 of the 8 got home on Thursday.
Well, first of all, we already know it's the mile final, so there's going to be 12.
Right. Well, whatever. 50% of the field is in one jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, heck, the other 50% is going to be in what, the Oklahoma State jersey?
I mean, it's possible, but they don't have that many though.
I mean,
it's pretty crazy. I mean, we all kind of felt that hush come over the stadium in Eugene when Washington did what they did on their home track.
Oh, yes.
We all felt that.
Yeah.
So you had to know that. I mean, this let's call it what it is. This is personal. This is.
Oh, yes. Oh, for sure. It's petty.
Going...
It's specifically petty.
Yes.
In that dream event, okay.
Right.
Specifically, we are going to stick it to you. That is what's happening, and it's this is Clyde level right now. Like,
that's why I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
What I found most interesting of all the results that happened this weekend, and there were a lot, and we'll try to skim through them, but Brian Blutrick has just decided he's better than everybody else at coaching.
Yes.
Because now we got the collegiate record holder in the discus in her off event, like you should do something to earn your keep indoors, breaking the collegiate record in the shot put.
Yep.
I can't.
And didn't she set her national record? Something to that effect?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So she went from 17 meters and some change to 1957 in her off event.
Insane.
So from this past weekend, we had, elite things going on across the country, right? It's the biggest regular season weekend. Is there any, and there was brilliance at every stop, but is it clear that Tiger Paw won the weekend? because it was pretty
So
brutal.
here's what I found interesting. Tiger Paw won the weekend, but I think the most significant things as to what, like a precursor of what you're going to see at the national meet, actually happened at Arkansas. There were great marks at Tiger Paw, right? There were great marks at Tiger Paw, but Coach Johnson, giving everybody a preview of what it'll look like when he's the head coach at Arkansas, put 8 girls under 51-6.
Yes, he did.
Let me say that again. 8.
Yep.
Right.
They ran 328 with the B team.
Yeah.
And the Florida boys decided that 2058 was a good thing to do.
Yep.
And 302 flat also was, it's like I said, there was another Sean Dixon Bodie sighting this weekend.
Yep.
Right. So like there were I loved the way the meets played out this weekend, right? Because it used to be everybody went to Arkansas and Arkansas was everything. And pretty much it's like you turned on Teepers and you looked at, let's see what happened on flash results, right? And then you check the rest of the weekend. But there were so many things coming out of Clemson. You're like, bruh, what is going on?
So to keep it in the 400-meter women's context, Arkansas at this moment has 5 of the top 10 performances in the country.
Yes.
5.
Yes.
To the Washington point. But Tiger Paw has 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Has 8 of the top 20 in the country.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying, right? Like there were a better collection of marks in total at Clemson, right? But there were a lot of marks done by people who aren't going to be in the national championship look, right? All those girls running that fast at Arkansas that's a hello.
Wait a minute.
So
I'm trying to keep up with this as we're going. The men's 400 right now, of the top 11 performances in the nation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 are from Tiger Paw. And that includes 2, 3, 4, 5. All came out of Tiger Paw this weekend.
You guys remember when we had the conversation
you
about
guys
tracks matter?
making my point.
How much tracks matter?
There is my point right there. I mean, it's so self-explanatory. There's no reason to even, like, you can't deny it.
No.
You need to be there.
When we get to the national meet, from the 400 down,
yes,
96% of the marks will be from Clemson, Texas Tech, or Albuquerque, or Arkansas.
Oh, no doubt.
There will be like 1 or 2 people that qualify in the 2 or the 4 or the 60 or the 60 hurdles from somewhere else.
Right. And it'll be a slide in from Boston or a slide in from South Carolina. That's it. Ain't gonna be not coming out of Louisville.
Oh my God.
Right.
And we can't not talk about how Miss Ophelia is picking up where she left off last year. And how easy she's making this look right now. It is phenomenal.
Well, see, yes, and props to Miss Ophelia because I love it.
Yeah, man.
But isn't it? And I don't mean this as any shot at her because she's phenomenal. Isn't it like less exciting though? Because last year it was a battle.
Yes.
Ain't no battle now. It's just her.
You know what I thought was the coolest part about that whole thing was that she PB'd and lost by thousandths of a second in the 60 to Talitha Diggs.
Yes.
Who isn't going to run the 60 at the national meet?
Yep.
This is true.
Like, I thought that was amazing. Those 2 people are probably not going to run that race at nationals.
Yeah. It's crazy. Crazy.
We should call this episode Incredible Off Events.
Hey, we could do that.
So another yawner from Ryan Krauser, 22:58. Right? Just another.
With a new move.
There is a new move. So I mean,
See how that gets
think
adapted.
about how incredible that is, right? Like
Yeah.
the overwhelming best ever got bored and said, "To hell with it. I want to change how I throw."
Yeah. Yeah. Evidently, there was a ceiling on the way he used to throw.
Right.
We're not sure what it is, but
You're right.
he thought there was.
I mean, this is akin
Change.
to Christian Taylor hurting himself, switching to the other leg and still jumping 18 meters, right? Like, it's pretty
There-
crazy.
There was a Bromell sighting
Woo!
at Tiger Paw.
Woo-wee! Yep. And here's the part that you know, it's frustrating and to the point of professional versus amateur, all we have to see of it is somebody filming it from a really
Yeah.
terrible angle, right?
Well, to be fair, there are no good film angles in the country.
Yeah.
It is a very,
if they had
very
a
fast
stationary
place to
camera,
run.
it still wouldn't be good.
That place is not built for video.
Right.
Well, because
You
that
would
place
need-
wasn't
you would
built to
need
have
one of
the
those-
meats that
one
it
of
has
those
in it.
football pods, right? Where it's like you're hanging up overhead. Yeah.
You would need something.
Yeah.
Because like there's literally not a good shot to film it.
What did Trayvon run this weekend?
6:42.
So how funny is that? He ran 6:42 there, and Christian Coleman has run faster than that in that building 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yep.
That's just wild.
Mm-hmm.
Like in theory, you could get a good shot of a 60 or 60 hurdles in Clemson, but the track is so high
You have to be up
you
here.
can't stand at the end, and there's nowhere else to get the shots from.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Duplantis 606. I mean, come on.
I mean, he
Out
didn't.
there.
Nobody said his name for a little while, so he wanted people to remember. Yeah, hey, I got this for y'all.
Yeah. Let me just drop this on your plate here real quick.
I mean, Mr. Ingebrigtsen opened up today at 3:32.
Oh man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Still, I mean, Leovan is like akin to Zurich in terms of indoor meets. I mean, the world
Yeah.
record in the 200, I will never forget seeing that in person. I mean,
I still don't think you can break it unless you go there.
absolutely. It's just, yeah.
I don't think you
And
can break
you-
that world record unless you are there in lane 5.
And you would have to train there like Frankie did for at least a week
Yeah.
to figure out the nuances of that track. I mean, unbelievable.
I'll tell you something that I was impressed that Daryl Nieta has the engine to go 705 in 60.
Mm-hmm.
That I was impressed by that. Now I don't know if that's actually the number 4 mark in the world. I'm sure that it's not. You know, but
05 might actually be.
well, maybe we know that there's
We got a 698 and a 702. We know for sure.
well the 702 isn't listed, so
Well, of course not.
right. But, but 705 from that young lady, I was impressed with that. Like everybody else that's on the world list by name, you expect to see in a 60.
Mm-hmm.
Hers that being that high, I didn't see that. So that was good.
I mean, Daryl Nita has had the most under-heralded sub-11 career
Yes,
of
absolutely.
anybody in the world right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's true. That's
Yeah.
definitely
Right? You start naming people that have run under 11, you would be a while before you remember Daryl Nita did it more than once.
okay. And so to that point, in the same context, right? It's the Brits. Reese Prescott
Yes.
ran 649.
Yeah.
Really?
Now think about what Reese Prescott is good at.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's very
Think
impressive.
about his last 40.
No, exactly.
Yes.
Right? If he is approaching 640s, oh boy.
Oh, you know what it means? It means the same thing that Noah's 651 means.
Yeah.
Everyone has a problem down
Yes,
there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, props to the Brits stepping out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, it'll be interesting, right? Because you got a European indoor championships and no indoor worlds. So they can actually train for and empty the tank.
Yes.
Should be interesting. There'll be some spectacular marks out of European indoors for sure.
Did anybody notice that Warhome got bored and ran a home meet, a literal home meet?
No, a literal named after him meet.
Right.
He ran in the Warhome Invitational.
Right. And ran 45-31.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
the infield would look like a basketball court or something. When
Yeah.
they ran to 60. It was glistening.
Yeah, it definitely looked like an old basketball court.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about, but they ran fast. So
The wrestling nuts. Just kidding.
Ah,
that's funny. I don't know.
So the real list,
Mhm.
698, 7 flat, 704, 705, 706, 707, 709, 9, 9, 10. That's the top 10 in the world right now.
Yeah, that'll do.
and just to keep our fans assistants up, who has the real list, sir?
Till it's tough.
Tell us so far.
There you go. The Greeks.
Exactly. Telastapaya is truly the Bible of track and field. So
Always has been.
Yep.
Just people can't say it.
they can't say it. The Finns win the day again.
All right. Well, keeping not similar topic. We've got NCAA previews. But this is a preview because we haven't had a conference yet. So
So way too early.
preview.
We picking our 4? Is that what we doing?
No,
I'm just
I mean,
checking.
that's what you do. That's what you're supposed to do.
not on the preview.
What you mean? We picking the Super Bowls in the summer?
I mean, also facts.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Anyways,
hey, the throne isn't here anyway, so we could just pick.
who's going to win the trophies?
It's going to win the trophies.
Preview.
You know what? We'll let the governor go first.
Of course the
Really?
governor goes first.
Really?
Of course.
What side are we talking about?
You pick, sir.
Pick you, yeah, it's your show.
Ooh. I mean, all right. So
For
Right now.
context, should we give the current rankings?
yes.
Okay. So the latest, wait, hold on. Yes, the latest. Oh, which gender are we talking about?
We're going women first.
All right. The current women's rankings, according to the alphabet crew,
Mm-hmm.
Texas 1, Florida 2, Arkansas 3, Oregon 4, and Alabama 5.
Right.
That's the alphabet crew.
That's the alphabet crew. I mean, I see this playing out. I see this being a 2-horse race. I mean, in terms of being a complete, having points coming from multiple places. I mean, I would have to say Texas and Florida are going to battle it out. And I mean, it's outside of that, I think, Arkansas is going to be there. They're going to be there in that top 5 range. I have not heard much from Oregon. I mean, I don't know, where I know their long jumper put a big one out there. What is her name? Can't remember her name. But obviously, I think that's going to be Alisa Hickey.
Yes.
Yeah, Alisa Hickey, 679.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I see this. I think this is going to come down to the wire. I think it's going to be an exciting meet.
Yeah.
So you didn't answer the question at all.
Yeah,
What is the question?
Who's gonna get the trophies? Last I checked, there's 4 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, who's getting that fourth
The
trophy?
podium. Who is on the podium?
Podium.
I think the rankings are right. I think those are the top 4. I
Okay.
think Texas, Florida, Arkansas, Oregon. I think I'm not gonna. I don't see a scenario where someone jumps up and, all of a sudden figures out that they have other event areas. I think a lot of the schools that are in that top 10 are specialists, and so there are only so many points to go around.
Are you ready?
I'm not ready because it's
Okay.
way too early rankings. But but since we're doing this, I find, as far as the alphabet crew in their top 5, I find the Alabama position at 5 interesting. If you look into it, you'll see that NC State, Washington, and VTech are the next 3 that follow. I'm not exactly bothered by the top 5. I think that's a good mix. If you ask me today, I still think Florida has bullets to fire that they haven't even attempted to fire yet, per se. So I'm leaving Florida in the 1 spot until I see a reason to move them. I think Texas and Arkansas. I think Texas is easily 2, and Arkansas has a chance to do what they do because they can dominate specific areas. Oregon looked the best of Oregon looked very good this weekend in Albuquerque. We were there in person. The freshman hurdler that they have is the real deal. She ran 8.0. I think Curtis will have her sub 8 by the time it matters. Miss McCormick, the long jumper, was very impressive. And let's be real, at the end of the day, Curtis is going to find 1 or 2 and get busy in the 60 because that's just what happens, right? But I feel like NC State with the distance crew can slide up in there for the 4th spot somehow, some way. And I need to look deeper into it. But right now I'm going to say Florida, Texas, Arkansas, and NC State with Oregon 5.
I like it. Yeah, I'm here for violence. So I know this is going to sound like a homer and I don't care, but I think Florida may have more points that they haven't fired yet than most teams have points. Right? Like Grace Stark is gonna run, folks.
Yeah, everybody forgot Grace is on the roster.
Gabby is at 206, but she's run 203. So Imogene hasn't really run yet, right? Like, so I'm gonna pick Florida win. At the end of the day, it's not even about like, who my boys are or whatever, because I mean, I'm friends with most of these people. They have too many, it's not even too many bullets, they have too many guns, right? Like at the end of the day, like right now, Florida's women's team is like going in the OK Corral. Like they literally have gun turrets on every building, right? Like they might win the DMR. Think about that. Right? Like that doesn't even make any sense. So, and every single one of those incredible females that have run at Arkansas in the 400 have failed to beat Talitha Diggs at the national meet. So like at the end of the day, it's like one of those deals where it's just like, I feel like Clyde, like somebody would have to show me that they're not going to be in the top spot. It gets real interesting after that. Because now it's to pick your poison between whether you believe in what Texas is doing or you believe in what Arkansas is doing. And here's my issue. I believe in Arkansas over Texas only for this reason, because it's not about talent. I think they're both equally talented and spread apart. Texas has been going so hot so often.
They have.
I mean, they have been every single week, right? You got 1 week off, and then they're going to go in a bloodbath because they have to win the Big 12 meet. And we all know that Texas Tech is going to bring people out of the stands to run fast because that's what happens, right? Like that, it comes down to almost a dual meet between those two teams. So I'm going to pick Arkansas for 2, Texas for 3, and I think that's going to be pretty close. But when I said I choose violence, I think the Powells are on a mission. And I think they're on a mission to be better than Oregon at any turn. And I'm going to slide them into the 4 spot.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Because I think we all agree 4, 5, 6, and 7 are probably going to be within like 8 points, right? 4 points, something crazy like that. So I'm gonna pick Washington, so we don't have chalk. Big League, are you picking? Or are you just laughing at us?
I'm gonna refrain from right now.
Ooh.
You can boo me. In this one, I'm so distracted. I don't even know what's going on besides Florida, Arkansas. That's
Girl, we
literally.
keep making this up as we go. Don't you know that?
Absolutely. All right. So let's be fair. I got to go last on the women, and I'll go first on the men. This was gonna be weird, y'all.
It's weird right now.
The men's meet is gonna be weird. Tell the people what the rankings are, because that in and of itself will be entertaining.
I'm going to give you the top 10 rankings because they're weird and very interesting. At 10 is USC. 9 is Nebraska. 8 is Georgia. 7 is Florida. 6 is Oklahoma State. 5 is Tennessee. 4 is Texas. 3 is Texas Tech. 2 is Washington. And Arkansas is an overwhelming number 1 at this moment.
Correct. So, in the 4 spot, I am going to put Dwayne Ross in his volunteer orange. In the 3 spot, I am going to put the I told you so Andy Powell's, the Fighting Huskies. Look, 1 and 2 are going to be so interesting. And the crazy part is, like, it's how this meet comes down to at the end, right? Let's say that it's down to University of Washington and Florida, or University of Washington and Texas or Arkansas, Washington is not going to have a 4x4 on the track, but they're going to put like 6 people in the final of the 3K and 5K. So you could literally be warming your kids up to watch yourself get eliminated. So that's going to be a really this meet should make great TV. But I'm gonna put the Huskies in at 3. Whew. I'm gonna put the Razorbacks in at 2. And I think there's bullets that haven't been fired quite the way they're gonna fire. But we're gonna put the Gators again back at 1, because the best predictor of the future is the past.
Okay.
And understand this. It ain't like I'm dissing Texas or Texas Tech. I just think but I think it's because of how it's going to come down. I think everybody will have fired bullets except for the 4x4, because those teams won't have anybody in I can't remember which one's last, the 3K or the 5K, whichever one it is, right? But because of that, the Powells are going to be able to actually set their scoring strategy with their kids.
No, I get that.
That's the only reason why. Like, I feel like they have a huge advantage because of event placement.
I totally get that. And it's for those reasons, since I was already in the middle, I have to stay in the middle, right? It is for those reasons that, and again, if you look at the Alphabet Cruise rankings and you see the points associated with them, understand, people, those points mean absolutely nothing.
They mean nothing.
That is the most funny of funny math,
Mhm.
because they give points, for example, to athlete X, who was number 26 on the list,
Right.
and clearly only the top 8 can score.
Right.
So the only time that the Alphabet Cruise rankings should be taken seriously is once the list is locked. Their pre-national ranking is actually interesting and often quite accurate. But this thing is a mess. But it's what we got. So we're gonna roll. To that end, the idea that the Gators would finish 7th is laughable. I can't remember the last time something like that happened.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen. But
Ironically, it happened last year indoors.
but what
That's the one title they didn't win.
right, 3 out of the 4. And that was, injuries in the moment of the meet allowed that to happen. That wasn't supposed to be what it was.
Right.
So, I'm just like, the two most interesting groups right now to me on the men's side is Arkansas in the field and Washington in the distances. And because those things in theory could be dominant on my way too early rankings, I'm going to have Tech at 4, Florida at 3, Washington at 2, and Arkansas at 1. And I totally hold space to change my mind after the SEC meet, because we know that whatever bullets have are going to be fired at the SEC meet. I feel like the complexion of some of these things will change and come into clearer view. But to that point, if you look at the Alphabet Crew rankings, first of all, the idea that all the Pac-12 schools are currently listed as independent is laughable. Pac-12, stop punking out and just have an indoor championship, please.
Yeah,
it's whack that you don't have one, but we need to make that happen.
Well, let's definitively have a Pac-12 first. And
listen, it still exists.
It
still exists, so we can have a championship. People don't want to have it because they don't want to lose it.
We have heard about them visiting SMU and San Diego State, right, last week.
Sure, but so is the Big 12.
That didn't go under the radar, did it?
Okay. No. So is the Big 12, and
right.
You're not listening. Neither conference is moving the needle by adding San Diego State and SMU. So please, just give me the Biggie Pop.
That's right.
The Biggie Pop. But yeah, I agree with Lamar that Washington has more control of what they can control.
Yep.
Therefore, none of these other teams are going to be battling them.
Yeah.
So they have a cleaner path, if you will, to the podium.
Yeah.
This reminds me of were you guys in the building when Wisconsin almost pulled that upset off?
Absolutely.
And everybody was just kind of like, wait, what? Like, hold up.
It was all distance runners and Japhet Cato.
Yes. And before them, BYU almost pulled it off. I mean, it was like, wait a minute. What meet have we been watching this whole time?
Oh, my favorite one was the NCAA meet outdoors at LSU. The SMU almost won with nobody entered in the meet on the track.
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy.
And it's like, we didn't see any of that. No, you didn't.
Nope.
It was in the back. It was over there.
Arizona State, I mean, winning it with what? 3 girls? 3 women? I mean, that was pretty insane. But as far as my top 4, I cannot. I'm going to go 1 through 4. I say Arkansas, Washington, Florida, and Texas. That's how I look at it. And
I don't think anybody could argue with that.
Yeah. I can see, I mean, we're talking about major injuries, and it just seems to me like what Arkansas is doing is that they're gearing up for a crazy 3-week span between conference and nationals. Hopefully, we hope, because we've seen this play out before. And, you hope that they've learned some lessons on how to get the kids ready when they need to be ready. They're sitting on a treasure chest of just unbelievable talent, right? And so I think it's theirs to lose. I think, and I actually do reserve my comment until I see what happens at SECs as far as Florida is concerned. I'm right there with you, because yeah, you're right. We have not seen the full arsenal. We don't know. And it's, perhaps there's some gamesmanship going on. We don't know. But obviously, we know what Florida possesses right now. So they're going to be a player.
They've run 302 and they have one guy qualified currently on the list in the 400. And he's 16th.
Right.
Right. So we know that there's more in the tank, but they still got to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I will say this, and I'm definitely ready for us to move on. I think Arkansas's title chances literally linked to one guy and what they choose to do with him. Aiden Owens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't done a heptathlon yet, so it's very interesting to see what their plan is for him.
Mm-hmm.
So the SEC meet will tell all.
In due time. All right. Well, speaking of these way too early predictions and things that are not being seen, what is the biggest, fastest marks that are going to get left out of the meets?
Okay.
Wait, I just want to throw a couple things. I want to throw a couple things in there for context. It is currently 2070 is 16th on the list in the men's 200.
And you can absolutely pick that.
No, I'm not picking it. I'm giving certain things for context. Listen, I've been saying for 2 years, the 60 is going to be ridiculous, right? It was ridiculous last year. It's more ridiculous this year. And I do actually think this might be the year that you have to run under 660.
So Hub is opening where I was going to open with, like, when I knew we were eventually going to discuss this topic, my brain was focused on the men's 60. It just was. And it probably still is. I agree. I think by the time the conference dust settles, 660 is going to be left at the crib. There may be one guy that gets in, and one guy that gets out.
Yes.
I think 660 gets left at home.
Yes. I definitely don't think all 660s get in.
No, for sure. And that's going to be wild. But here's the other one. And I'm open to be argued down on this. But selfishly, I have a young freshman in the men's hurdles.
Oh, see, I knew we have each other's brains. That's what I was thinking.
Who went to New Mexico this weekend and absolutely rolled and ran 780. And when he came across the line, I was like, man, we got 2 weeks. This boy gonna go to nationals. We're gonna get this 775 off and we gonna be in that thing. And I got back to the hotel and I was like, golly.
770, right? That's 16th?
770 ain't gonna make it, G.
No, but I'm saying currently 770 16th, right?
Yes. 770 right now is 16. So it's gonna take at least 769 to make the 60-meter hurdles in the men, and that is disrespectful and stupid.
Yes, it is.
That's where I'm at with it.
Well, I cannot tell the last time that I've seen this, and perhaps someone can do a little bit of history for me. But right now in the men's long jump, you've got to jump 784 to make it to the meet. It's been a while. It's been a long time.
Let's just put it this way. That's what it took my freshman year in college, which was in 1988 and 89.
Yeah. This is pretty fun stuff to see right now. I mean, 828? I mean, hello. I'm all for it. I mean, you to give yourself a chance, like top 3, you've got to jump over 8 meters. Like, really? I mean, I love it. I'm glad to see it, and you know, I'm glad to see that these guys are now figuring stuff out.
Well, you know what's cool about the long jump explosion right now? A few things. One, men's long jump's been taking a hit
absolutely
for a long time.
Yes.
So for these kids to be stepping up like this is dope.
Yeah, it is.
Secondly, unlike last year, they don't have to go somewhere lame to jump. They're coming to potentially the best place in the country to do horizontal jumps. So the actual competition should not disappoint. And that's what I'm excited to see.
Last time it was there, I think Jerry and Lawson won on the last jump.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't remember what I had for breakfast, but I remember that stuff. I don't know what that's about. All right. So I didn't give an answer, and I definitely will. It's funny you picked the men's long jump as the explosion event. How about the women's high jump?
Ooh.
Oh, the women's high jump is rude.
184 is 16th.
It's rude.
Right?
Wow.
I mean, it took 181 last year. But I think the ridiculous marks that are going to get left at home are somebody's going to jump like 554 or 553 and not make it in the men's pole vault.
That's what I was going to say.
Right. And it's hard for me to come up with a number. The SEC meet is at Arkansas. So like, I feel like 2067 or 2068 is going to get
shafted.
It might be 2065 that gets left out of the meet, because 2070 is currently 16th.
Wow.
Right. And there's coaches in the SEC, we all know, who are just not getting their people to the meet.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So everybody's like, all right, we got to run 2050. Because 2050 for sure is going to be in. Mind you, 2058 is currently what, 7-8 or 8-9? Because there's 2 of them.
Yep.
Right. And it's usually, I mean, we all think the same, right? 2 weeks out of the after the regular meets are over, whatever 7th or 8th is usually like the lock mark, right? There's not going to be 8 people that jump. So like usually you can look at the middle of the top 16 list and go, well, that for sure is going to be in. I'm not sure.
So to that point, swinging back to the men's hurdles, the lock mark is
Right.
769, and
Exactly.
there's an 8-way tie.
Exactly. Exactly.
What are we talking about? It's crazy.
Like for sure somebody is going to run 760 something and get left home. And here's what's crazy. The only reason it's ridiculous to us is because it's the men. This happens all the time in the women's side.
Oh yeah. I mean, yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Like, do you guys remember when 810 was a lock?
Oh yeah.
Like you can run 810 in the first meet and like literally just go buy your tickets for the national meet and put you on the list for housing and all that.
811 is 15.
Exactly.
Number 8 is 806.
It is definitely wild.
So last year it took 23-24 to make it in the women's 200.
That ain't getting in this year.
Who was willing to go on the limb and say you might have to go sub 23?
See, I don't think it's going to take 22.99 to get in, but I will say this. I think
22.99 is going to be down the list.
I think somebody's going to run 23.1 and not get in. It might be 23.10 or it might be 23.19, but I think somebody's going to run 23.1 and not get in. And real quick, because I almost forgot about this earlier, we were talking about track is back. We cannot not mention the fact that JJ Clark had someone run 159 this weekend indoors.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Ross and Willis.
All right, so 23.08 is in for the women's too. 23.08
right now.
Right now. I mean, come on, man.
And I just may be overreacting to this, but I feel like the fact that 304.28 is number 12.
Say less.
Well, okay, so it's
Say
not
less.
it's not really 12 though, because remember, there's I think there's 3 Arkansas times in there.
Oh,
I know there's 2 Florida.
I'm sorry. There's 2. No, I'm sorry. 304.37 is number 12. My bad. I counted the 2 B teams. My bad.
Yeah.
304.37.
Yeah. That's going into the conference weekend.
Wow.
Right. 303 of any kind is number 9.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
And let's be clear, because I witnessed this weekend. Alabama is on the list, number 8 at 303.88, and UCLA is 303.92. Both of those races, fantastic race, by the way. If you got Flow Track, go watch it. Happened at the Don Kirby this past weekend. And were set up. They moved the elite section of the 4x4 from Saturday closing of the meet to Friday night in between the men's and women's 200s just to run that one section. So that's like the setup of all setups, and all that got you was number 8 and 9 on the list.
Right. So one of those teams is the slow team in the second heat, and one of those teams is the fast team in the third heat.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Oh.
Baylor.
Well, I guess the first heat they run it.
Baylor 304.37 is the last team in.
Yeah. I mean, here's what's crazy. It took 45.99 last year to make it in the men's 4, and we didn't even think about naming the 4 because there's so many other things that are crazier than that. Because it's going to take that again. It's going to take 45 seconds to make it
in. And I know the rules don't work this way, and I'm not advocating that they should, though there are people out there that have suggested it. Just for the record, because normally when you're in a relay and you got a B team, it's like me, Chu, Huff, and the governor were the A team, and then the governor didn't run, and Mike Holloway came in, and that's the B team. No.
Arkansas's got 2 separate teams.
Right. The number 4 team in the country, 4 at 328.43 are 4 other humans from Arkansas.
Yeah. I mean, what Chris Johnson is doing right now in the women's 400 is holistically disrespectful. And I'm here for it.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna be unreal. These some broken hearts, and they just won't understand why.
You know what's funny though? I don't have to deal with this, right? You guys all still collegiate recruit and coach. This is why the conversations that you have with kids and their parents are so hard, because we know the reality and they don't. Right? It's hard to tell a kid who's run 46.50 that's not that fast. It's hard to tell a young lady who's run 23.30, like, that's good, right? I mean, it's good, but that's the reality.
So here is what, in a lot of ways, it is very, very difficult to explain to a young man or a young woman or their parents that in order for you to earn a full scholarship, right, we're looking for someone that's going to be top 5 in our conference. And you go ahead and pull that number up. Let's just pull it up out of the sky and say, here it is. It doesn't matter what conference you're in. If you are trying to be top 3 in any conference, you are knocking on the door of nationals. There is no way, there's no way to really, you can't sugarcoat that.
Yeah.
And that is the part that's hard, but it's Conference USA. Go look at the conference list.
Mm-hmm.
Go look at the conference. Here, I will show you. Look at this. This is what it is.
Oh, listen, we have a special section of time dedicated for all on-campus visits for Tiefer's viewing. That is a part of
Free
your
education.
that is a part of your contextual education around here. And I get a whole bunch of yeah. So mom, dad, yeah.
This is where we're at.
Because the part that they don't
say-
get, right, is that the NCAA landscape in track is like Formula One. It just keeps going faster, and nobody cares how old your kid is.
No.
Right? Like we're not
No
gonna
classification.
pay for your potential.
I can't tell you how many times, literally, in this office, which I'm currently in, that I have said, and I mean it, and I literally mean it. I have said to people, so you know I'm being respectful when I say you are a developmental talent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they walk in the door thinking, me and mine are special.
Yep.
Oh. So wait, and someone Tiefers doesn't really do typos,
Right.
but I'm really hoping this is a typo, and this is not one of the events that we're talking about. The bottom of the 16 team, uber disrespectful, but this might be the most disrespectful thing on Tiefers at the top. So I need confirmation, because Tiefer says that this past weekend, or was it 2 weeks ago, that the University of Washington,
Yes.
which is in Seattle,
Yes.
got on an airplane and flew all the way to Boston
Yes.
to run an elite DMR
Mm-hmm. on
February 3rd.
Yes.
And they did that with O'Sullivan, Prey, Thomas, and Gibson, and they ran 10:46.62. Now, that's like damn near 10 seconds better than the next best team in the country, which is UCLA. But apparently, I'm just reading the list. Apparently, they thought that wasn't good enough, because the next day, on February 4th, they ran another DMR with Prey, Easterman, Gibson, and O'Sullivan, and ran 10:46.62. So they ran 2 DMRs 2 different ways with different lineups in different orders, and ran the same damn time. Identically. That happened back-to-back days.
I would find it hard to believe, especially because the times are exactly the same.
Yeah.
So if that's a typo, I need it fixed. If it's not a typo, that's amazing.
That is absolutely amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, every year, this is why the indoor NCAA meet is now and will forever be the best track meet on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in 2 Olympics and 4. Governor, you've been in 4?
3.
In 3, and you've been to what, 6?
I went to 3.
No, but you've been as a coach or been as a.
Oh yeah, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So between the 2 of us, we're somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 Olympics, and we both are in adamant agreement. The indoor NCAA meet is harder to qualify for, and
Absolutely, it's harder to qualify.
and a better meet.
Yep.
So get yourself a ticket to the Albuquerque, what's it called? Convention Center.
Convention Center.
Have they filled out their paperwork?
You stupid.
So that's, yeah, they
That's a
did.
legitimate question.
They did. No, they did.
But see,
Right.
no, I know New Mexico did, but did the NCAA fill out their paperwork?
See, now that's the $1 billion question, because we done had all kinds of marks not ratified. That has happened.
Right? Can we have the drug testing people on site?
Yep.
They
Because I'm
should.
tired of seeing world records at nationals not be world records.
We just had an SJ call. Chew.
Okay.
Would you like me to get him, or would you like to get him?
I'll go get him.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, this is good for the world to see that life happens.
Yeah. BRB.
So what is next?
Yeah, what's next on the show?
Well, the EP now is in charge of that.
Yes.
But she has the list.
What's the most interesting thing going to happen? What's the most interesting going into indoor USAs?
Oh, indoor USAs.
Yes.
Because
We'll
those are
talk.
That is this week.
like hours.
We'll talk about that till you get back, so you can put somebody on the hot seat. All right.
Well,
It's a never ending awesomeness on this show.
well,
Hey.
let's see. Indoor USAs. We went from the hardest, most spectacular indoor meet on the planet to the most irrelevant of the big meets.
The most overshadowed.
Overhyped.
I think that, this is one of those perfect examples, right, of how not professional track
Mhm.
is,
Yep.
because the indoor USA meet should be better
Yes.
than the indoor NCAA meet,
Yes.
but it's not for a lot of reasons. Primarily, top three: money and funding, actual importance on the calendar, and the NCAA meet, right? Because it's not some place where NCAA athletes can compete in it, you take away 35, 40% of people who would be in finals.
Okay. I just saw the start list.
Oh, the start lists are up.
Oh my goodness.
I'm looking at the. Okay, well, if the start lists are up, then I need to go back out of this. I was going the status of entry.
Like, and it's still shocking to me whenever I see the indoor national start list and I see 2 semis in the 60.
Correct.
I see 2 semis of 4 people in the 400.
Mm-hmm.
2 semis of 8 entries.
If I remember correctly, last year, either the women's 60 or women's 60 hurdles had the semi canceled.
That's true. That happened.
And they ran a straight final.
That did happen.
Straight final of the 15, straight final of the 3K, 2 heats of the 60 hurdles. Like,
well, it's as I said, right? Its place in the calendar and its level of importance financially are very low. Let's make it even lower by canceling indoor worlds.
Oh,
right.
8 entries in the high jump.
Okay, wait. Can we play the opposite game? Can we play what's the wackest? And can we play what's the wackest group at USA?
I mean, we can just dissect this whole thing if we want. I mean, I remember last year there was a young lady entered in the women's 400 to 54 seconds. I remember.
Okay,
this.
I don't know what the entry marks are, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the women's 400 might be the wackest event in the group, and I'm only on page 1. I don't know who any of these people are for real. Like for real, I don't. I mean, Anna Hall's gonna run the 4, so that's interesting, but that's like her 18th best event. You know what? I'm picking Anna Hall.
I was gonna say is if Abby Steiner's not running it and Sid's not running it, then I'm gonna tell you that Anna Hall's gonna win it.
Yeah, Anna Hall is gonna win the open 4 for sure. The women's 60, I guess, is interesting because Hobbs is gonna run and Briscoe is in there. And
see, it would be interesting if we could put the NCAA people in it, right? But the fact is, Hobbs has beaten Briscoe 3 times.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
All I really want to know is, does the men's 60 have Trayvon and Christian?
Yes, on paper.
If Trayvon, Christian, and Noah actually were to toe the line in the 60 in Albuquerque, that would be at least 6 seconds of entertainment.
Let's see. 60-meter dash. Noah's in. Well, never mind.
Yeah, Trayvon's not running.
No, and Christian not there neither. No, it's just Noah.
It's just
The men's 60s trash.
It's just Noah.
3 heats. I'm gonna give you all the names. You tell me who you know. Mason Phillips, Garvin Colley, Jalen Mitchell, Noah Lyles, Dominic Artis,
And I know Dominic Artis.
Sam Balasquali.
Nope.
I don't know how to say that. Kendall Williams,
Yep.
Kirk Wilson Jr., Cravon Gillespie,
Yep.
Kobe Hilton,
Yep.
Isaiah. It's getting a little fuzzy here. Hold on. It's very small. I need to blow this up. Isaiah something.
Trusso.
See, this just shouldn't happen.
DeAndre Spuriel. I'm gonna let the governor handle that next one. I'm not even gonna try that.
Demeji.
Sure.
Adekanbi.
Sure. Brian Soso. Emmanuel Wells Jr., Jalen Drayden, Demarius Smith, JT Smith, and Brandon Carnes. And with all due respect, if I butchered anybody's name, gotta run faster, and then maybe I'll know how to pronounce it. I don't know who any of these people are.
This is where we're at. This is where we're at.
Is there a field at the meet where there are 3 people ranked in the top 15 in the world?
Sir, Lolo Jones is in the field in the hurdle.
Stop. Please stop.
I'm not playing. She's in heat 1, lane 3, right next to Brigham Nelson and Talia Brooks and Lele. She's in that heat. Now, how in the hell did Lolo get in the beat?
There's a clause at all USATF national championships that one of the things you can be buyed into with is Olympic or World Championship medal.
From the 80s?
I could get in.
Well,
I could wild card into the heptathlon.
You wouldn't be the worst dude in one of these events somewhere.
Yes, I would.
No, sir. I'm certain that somewhere in this meet, there's somebody you could beat at something.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to see that. That's all I'm going to say. Not if that person is a male. I don't want to see that.
Man.
And it's so like, I'm glad we're talking about this because I really like. I put the question into our show, not being facetious when I said, "What event are you most excited about?" Right? Because here's half the issue. We love track. We have dedicated a good portions of our lives to track, and we are moderately interested in what is going to happen this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you what I'm most excited. So I'll give you my answer. The men's 400.
Oh,
because
okay.
I believe that the American version of Carson Warholm is going to run 44 seconds in the 400 if somebody makes it.
Okay. So cool. I am totally down to watch Trevor Bassett run anything.
Right.
Yep. Here's my problem with the men's 400.
There's nobody in there to make him run fast.
No, I don't care about none of that. This is USA's, right?
Yep.
This is supposed to be the professional meet, right?
Oh,
Yep.
boy.
There are 3 heats, and in heat 2 and in heat 3, we are running people in lane 2.
Yes.
Well, so we had this conversation on the show before, right? They run lane 1 at Indoor Worlds.
Yes, and that's weird, and it's Euros and whatever. I don't feel like yelling at World Athletics, but I am yelling at the Americans. Bro, they done put Hunter Woodall in lane 2. That feels like extra disrespectful.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. Here's the thing. Maybe I have no. Listen, I'm not trying to be even remotely disrespectful. Maybe that's advantageous for him.
Maybe.
I don't know. I listen. I don't know anything at all about that world.
You know what's even funnier about that heat? Hunter Woodall's in lane 2 representing Lululemon.
Mm-hmm.
And the dudes in lane 3, 4, 5, and 6, one of which includes Trevor Bassett, are all unsigned.
They're all unattached. Listen,
Really?
I'm gonna give this little small preview to some other future show. If we start, because we're gonna talk about this, it's gonna be ugly. But if we start talking about what the world of track and field has deconstructed itself down to as far as sponsorships, that will be like that'll be a one topic show.
Yep.
Because we're not going to do this tonight, but we all know why Trevor Bassett does not have representation
With 2 medals.
Like we all know why.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who don't know, just keep watching the show because I promise you within the next 3 weeks we will talk about it.
So I'm curious about what Mr. Omar Craddock is going to return to the game and do.
See, I think the men's triple jump might be that might be the best event.
Yeah, I mean, there's some.
I mean, there's 8 dudes in it.
Well, because Donald Scott's in there, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so he's what,
Yep.
3-time defending champion or some craziness?
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Wow.
And like him and Omar is enough. Who else is in there?
that's it.
Okay. Okay, that's fair.
These dudes either.
I thought Chris Bernard might have jumped in there just because it's right up the road from Cali to New Mexico. That's a short flight.
Yeah.
Casey Lightfoot and Chris Nielsen are going to battle it out in the vault.
Well, yep.
But
So here's the question. Has Casey Lightfoot had a pro career since he signed early?
That's neither here nor there.
No, it's a real question.
No. And Sam Kendricks is in this event as well.
Oh, well, okay. So the men's pole vault's the best event so far.
And pole vault's the best event.
Yep. Joe Kovacs will be there.
Yeah.
Just him?
Just him. Well,
Oh, come on, Ryan.
yeah.
What are you, bored?
So Jordan Geist,
He's working on his new throw.
Pippery will be there.
Oh, the men's shot put's pretty good though.
Yeah.
I mean, Geist is.
Otterdahl.
I think
Otterdahl
Geist
will
is
be
the 22-meter guy, or right at,
Mhm.
and Otterdahl's right up there too.
Yeah. So
You know what?
But the
I am-
irony of all ironies is that probably won't get shown on the actual.
right now, I'm saying we
coverage.
ain't gonna see none of that.
No.
You ain't gonna see none of that.
You'll see one throw. You'll see one throw.
Oh, okay, so I am rooting to be pleasantly surprised, but I gotta tell you, if you put this meet behind the paywall, I'm just gonna look up the results.
Yes.
I,
Isn't it? It's on NBC, I think.
is it?
Yeah. Because I set my DVR. It's on television.
I think we should reconsider that.
See that's what I always find funny is the
think we should
products that we
reconsider
do
that.
put on television.
Otto and the crew, Otto, I know you may watch every now and then. We should reconsider that. Move the NBC crew to, the last chance meet somewhere and show that.
Oh man.
And just let this thing kind of happen.
Oh man.
But how can we listen? I don't want to be one of those people who just throws rocks. Like, how can we fix this? Like, how can we fix USA indoors?
I mean, you could not have it in a year where there's not indoor worlds.
I mean, how about just maybe better prize money? Like real prize money?
I mean, yes, you can always fix any. If there was $1 million purse, people would show up and run.
Bro, this is track and field. If there was a $50,000 purse, people would show up.
Sure, I would love to know what you get for winning this event, because the event list looks like 2K. I feel like if you win this, you get 2K.
Oh no!
Because all the people showing up, to run, they need they need some financial assistance.
This is the flagship event of indoors.
Yeah. And it'll be the worst meet that gets shown on television this indoor season.
So you juxtapose that with the swell of excitement building up for Europeans, and you wonder, where do we go wrong? Where do we go wrong?
No, you definitely need more money. I mean, yes, the answer to that is you need more money. But
I mean, I feel like you need to do to USA's what they did to NCAA's. I feel like the indoor USA meet needs to have a cutoff of, like, it has to have a descending order list, and the cutoff is a top 12.
Yes.
I mean,
right?
I'm here for that.
And then we only pay in the top 3, and we're going to go 30, 20, 10.
I'm here for that.
That'd be a great meet indoors.
Absolutely.
Because everybody would show up for that.
There's 5 women in the shot put. All right.
See?
Okay, let's be done.
Oh hell! What is happening? Right?
I know for sure Vashti is doing the high jump because someone sent me a text of a picture of her in the airport.
Hey,
in New Mexico.
When there's only 6 women in the triple jump, do they get extra time in between jumps?
Hey,
no, but it is a straight final.
But everybody gonna be tired.
Everybody gets 6 jumps.
It's altitude. Everybody gonna be breathing hard. You can't jump every 6. So wait, I forget. Governor, do they stop and reorder after 3? I mean,
that's a real question because I can't remember.
They do it.
I've been in one of those competitions in my life.
Yes. Okay, so how mad am I gonna be if I am Mackenzie Miziner from Liberty University, who's currently the number 6 jumper? And I don't know the girl at all, but she's clearly a collegiate because she's representing Liberty University. So if she's in 6th place after jump 3 and then she has to jump first, she goes just back to back.
Yes.
60 seconds.
Yes. I mean, no, she'll get a break. They're gonna reorder.
I mean, what you get a break for? It's
gonna take them a minute.
They have to convene and figure out who did what.
It's gonna take them 32 seconds to do that.
Hey,
but you know what? Together. Why is she there though? She's there because she's trying to qualify for NCAA, so she doesn't care.
Right.
Sure. No doubt. Hey man.
Think about what you just said. She's going to the USA Championship to try and qualify
for the NCAA. Exactly.
So that was, holy cow, that was the last chance meet.
Yes. The USA's is the last chance meet.
All right. So here's how we're going to close this segment. Next week, we're going to discuss how many marks from USA's would have made the NCAA indoor meet.
There we go.
That's the topic.
Oh,
There we
That's
go.
the topic. We're looking for marks that can qualify.
well, okay. Well, let's just do that real quick. How many? Everybody pick a number.
Ooh.
I will tell you, there'll be 2 men triple jumpers.
Yes.
There'll be
Over
At
under
least-
15.
there'll be at least 1 or 2 women's high jumpers. There'll be about 8 men's shot putters.
Shot putters. Pole vaulters, it'll be about 5.
The damn field events are saving it.
Yes.
Yeah. Because the field event, like, you know why though, right? Because the field eventers are broke. So
Yeah.
whatever $2,000
No, that's what
prize
I'm
money
saying.
they got out there. So big league, what you missed is the governor, Clyde, and I, we have fixed indoor USAs. We're gonna next year have a descending order list. Only the top 12 people can go, and we're gonna pay
Oh,
we're gonna pay 30 grand, 20 grand, 10 grand, top 3. That's it.
That's it. So line up and let's go.
it does seem like that would fix it. And it's not just a free for all that Tom, Dick, and Harry can go to.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
we just discussed how collegiate athletes are using USAs to try and qualify for nationals. Like,
Yeah.
what?
That's crazy.
Oh goodness.
Lolo Jones is in the hurdles. I am disturbed.
Please leave this alone.
I can't let it go, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
Sir, she has been in every TV meet this year indoors.
I understand that, but listen, when Doyle's putting on a meet, you put her in there for the PR. I get that.
Yeah.
This ain't an invitational in Iowa where
No, but she was in
New
the
Balance.
one in New York.
She's at New Balance.
She was in New Balance. That was in Boston.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Did she
That in
run?
the Doyle
What
meet,
what did she run?
the 60 hurdles.
No, what did she run?
She would not have qualified for NCAAs.
Damn NCAAs, can she make the Mountain West final?
Oh man.
What's it take?
8-4, 8-5?
If it's 8-5, yes.
Jesus.
Y'all
If it's
killing me.
8-4, we're dipping at the line.
Y'all killing me.
No, because I'm saying, when the hurdles come on, she gonna get the most TV time.
I mean, but this is what happens when the non-professional sport is on television.
Yes.
Wait, who are you talking about? Sorry.
Lolo.
Lolo Jones.
Oh,
You know what? This is super petty, but I wish her career had been pushed back by about, I don't know, 10 years so that Lolo could have been sponsored by Lulu.
Oh my goodness. That would
So we could have had the Lolo line of Lululemon.
Holy cow.
Say that twice.
Yep.
Because we definitely would have happened. She for sure would have been prime Lululemon sponsored.
For sure.
Instead, the image that we have of Lolo Jones is her taking her glasses off of her main sponsor and chucking them into the crowd after. a
Yep.
race.
That happened. That happened.
All right, Chu, would you rather watch USAs or cornhole on ESPN?
I only say track because I understand it more than cornhole.
It-
All I
there's-
understand about
there's
cornhole is
nothing
just put it
really
in the
to
hole.
cornhole. There's nothing to it.
See, they could make this USA's be better if they did this. Do a fan poll of what events they want to see, right? And then based on the fan vote, they only show the top 10 events. So we would see like the men's shot, women's high jump, men's triple jump. Of course, we're going to see the mile. The men's and women's 60, men's and women's 60 hurdles. Was that 10? Oh no, we got to see Trevor Bassett in the 400. That's it.
Oh man.
So let me ask this question out loud because I don't know this. Why is it that anybody can run at USA Indoors?
Because much like the Grammys or the Oscars, they need lane fillers, aka seat fillers.
Yes.
That is, I hate that that's correct. That is like maybe the greatest description of why USA's indoors is the way it is.
Well, also true. Take a guess at how much it costs to
Yeah.
actually line up at USA's, and under the guise of the sign up process, your coaches pass, all of that stuff. It actually costs you money to run at USA's.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a cheap proposition. It's not just a matter of just signing up and going.
Interesting.
Well, yeah. I mean, one of our decathletes said a month ago, well, I want to go to USA's. And I was like, no, you're not going to be ready. And we're not going to take the car out until we're ready to race. And he was like, yeah, what if nobody shows up? I was like, no, I can guarantee you nobody's going to show up, but that doesn't matter. I don't want you to go and be the shiniest turd. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Dude,
But what I'm saying though, like I meant this before. This is something that really and truly could help the sport. Indoor track's easier to understand. It's also easier to sell. And USA Track and Field has not figured out how to incentivize their best athletes to do it.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, if you could figure out how to get Sid to do it, how to get Christian, Noah, Flamingo to do it, right? If you could get what the US stars could blow indoor USA's, especially in a year without an indoor worlds, this was a year to pounce.
RJ, you go, yeah.
Right?
I think Mo, come on now.
Like, let's just be honest.
No.
Look, how well does Marquise Dendy and his hat play on television at an indoor meet?
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
But because it's not incentivized, then it's not trained for or prepared for by the best coaches on the planet who are coaching these people. So nobody go.
Anna Hall is doing the multis and the 400, and she gonna win them both.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man.
They did a very poor job about publicizing.
No. That's, you don't want to publicize this.
What I'm saying, like, even
Oh.
you're not wrong.
Clyde doesn't want this meet run.
We are not drawing attention to this.
So, like,
I mean, we are, but for petty reasons.
I forgot it was already here.
Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah. And then because of certain meetings that happened and whatnot, I'm like, oh, dang. USA indoors.
Yeah. It like, I mean, I hate to say this. If the meet was billed as a last chance qualify for NCAAs, it would be better.
Oh, yeah.
Because think about it. Like if you're not in a conference, if you're not in a Power 5 conference, right?
Yeah, the Pac-10 should be at USA.
Right? Like if you're not in a Power 5 conference, this meet in Albuquerque is, I mean, think about it. It's a free chance to like try to go run fast, jump far.
Exactly.
I feel like we're solving problems here, but nobody's listening to us.
All right. Cut the checks.
Just a little Zoom call happening amongst friends right now. That's all.
What's next?
Would you rather? Would you rather?
Damn it.
And you're up.
Yeah,
The
I
irony
felt
of
like
you
it was my
asking.
turn. I felt like that.
The rotation's a little short right now. So, yes.
Go
All
ahead.
right. Would you rather have mac and cheese that has big noodles or small noodles?
So y'all gonna think I'm crazy.
If you tell me you don't like mac and cheese, I'm gonna.
No. I love mac and cheese. Not everybody's mac and cheese, but Tiana makes elite mac and cheese from the Kraft box, and I don't know how she does it.
I've seen that.
No,
No, I've seen that.
I don't know how she does it.
I've
But
seen that.
Short of, grandmama X that you only get a chance to get like once every 6 years.
Right.
Give me the baby mac and cheese noodles from this kind of baby.
Oh, I'm gonna have to have a box next time.
No,
Mhm.
like for real. I'm like, what is this?
That's
Powdered
funny.
cheese and all, huh? Would you rather the women's hurdles height stay the same or go up?
It needs to go up. It's trash that it hasn't gone up. And
Amen to that.
this is the only way I can explain this to anybody who doesn't really understand this. In the women's hurdles, we run the same height
Mm-hmm.
junior high
Mm-hmm.
through the Olympics.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The men go through 3 different progressions. That is trash.
Yep.
And yes, I understand if you raise the women's hurdles 3 inches, that half the women's careers would be over. I get that. I don't care. They can adjust. I'm not suggesting it's got to go to 39 inches, though I would pay to see that.
Absolutely.
But can we get 36? Can we get 3 more, please? Put more skill in the event,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. I feel like we've been having that fight for a long time.
I mean, it's never gonna happen.
No.
Someone's gonna run 11.94 or some shit, and it was keep on going.
Oh my God.
He's not wrong though.
No.
All right. Would you rather have veggies or fruit on your pizza?
Veggies. I am not convinced that fruit belongs on pizza.
I am convinced that it does not.
I mean, no.
Anyways,
And
would
other
you
than
rather?
other than the
Pineapple
whack ass pineapple
all
debate,
day,
what other
any
fruit
day.
would you put on
Pineapple.
pizza?
There's strawberries on pizza.
What the
Oh,
what?
stop.
Where?
Just stop it.
Okay.
Texas?
Next question.
Would you rather?
I stopped at pineapple. Okay.
Oh. There's somebody on this show that likes pineapple on pizza.
I mean, yeah.
Love it.
Asian girl.
Love it. Jalapenos and pineapple. Try it together on pizza.
Here's what I'll say.
Delicious.
I had the jalapeno and pineapple pizza, and it is the only thing that has ever made the pineapple tolerable.
It's delicious.
Because the jalapenos were fire.
So good. Anyhow, would you rather give flowers or candy for Valentine's Day? Give, not receive.
I do not acknowledge nor care
I
about
know.
Valentine's Day. Not at all. I'm not giving or receiving gifts on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a sham. Valentine's Day is a fraud. Valentine's Day is predatory to humans of the world and men especially. And people, if you are in a proper relationship, Valentine's Day can't be your highlight.
League, put a lid back on the box, please.
Oh.
Would you
close the box.
rather? Would you rather use earbuds or over-the-ear headphones?
I hate the earbuds. I don't understand the earbuds.
Amen to that.
That's another scam and fraud. Them things getting lost at the drop of a whim. I know my limitations. I would have never even purchased earbuds because there's no way I will have them 3 weeks later. So I got my Bose over the ear noise canceling on every flight.
Yes.
Bose over the ear.
Amen to that.
Oh my gosh. All right, last one. Drumstick ice creams. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
With or without nuts?
First of all, that's a suspect question.
Oh my God.
Very suspect. Very suspect by you too, especially with the visual aids that you just gave. Very suspect. I've never enjoyed the drumsticks at all. I'm a Klondike kind of guy if I'm going that route, or ice cream bars are amazing. So I'm gonna pass on the drumsticks. It's like you shouldn't eat glizzies in public. You really shouldn't eat drumsticks in public.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I'm so upset that it has become an actual thing that people are referring to these things as
Yes,
blizzies.
Blizzies.
Oh, I'm so upset at that.
I'm done. You guys take over.
I'm so upset. This show is so far off the rails. Oh my goodness.
You saw what you did there.
Oh,
All right, Governor Lamar, shoot your shot.
oh.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's how I always feel when it gets to these with Lamar. I mean, with Lamar. Wow, with Clyde.
I personally feel like my would you rather segments are elite. Personally,
Okay, you know what? You are petty, so I'm going to ask a petty question. Would you rather have to blatantly admit that I am right about Patrick Mahomes being far better than all of the numerous quarterbacks that you have mentioned? Or would you rather admit that Tom Brady may one day not be considered the GOAT?
that's stupid. It's not even petty. It's just dumb. Let me be very clear, very, very clear. And I love this moment in time that we are in, because it's ultimately not like today, but in a few years, it's going to expose every hypocrite alive as it relates to Mahomes and Brady. All you Jordan, LeBron hater hypocrites, you're all getting exposed on this one. So I'm here for it.
This is
Okay.
really good.
So Patrick Mahomes, by any evidence, is the most talented quarterback we have seen. I have no issue with that. I like the dude. I'm a fan of him. He plays the right way. He takes less money, a lesson that Tom Brady laid out the blueprint for if you want your team to be successful, right? I like everything about Patrick Mahomes, except the hype of him being the GOAT. He's not. He's 5 years in. He's got 2 rings.
Oh, I'll be the first person to agree with
Right.
you that anybody who has already called him the GOAT is so premature.
Like, chill with that. Kansas City's not a dynasty. 2 rings does not a dynasty make. They're an AFC dynasty. Yes. 2 rings does not a dynasty make.
So
Sorry.
they've played in 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls.
So
Yeah.
they're an AFC dynasty. AFC
Do
dynasty.
you know how many teams have played in 3 of 4 Super Bowls?
Not many.
Right. Hence the word dynasty.
So again, I will repeat what I have always said and will continue to say. Patrick Mahomes is elite. He is currently the best quarterback in the game. And he is also thoroughly lucky to have been drafted by and be coached by Andy Reid. I believe that there are a handful, not a lot, a handful of dudes that if you take Patrick Mahomes out and give them to Andy Reid, they are very similar, if not the same.
That's so funny because we had this argument this weekend. Somebody tried to tell me that if you switched Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow, that Joe Burrow would win. And I said, you have lost your mind. If you gave Patrick Mahomes the 3 pass catchers that play for Cincinnati.
Oh my goodness gracious.
No. I agree with you on that. I understand. I agree with you on that. But again, if you lift Patrick Mahomes out of Kansas City and drop him in San Diego, no rings, nothing. You take Herbert and drop him in Kansas City, they win every single Super Bowl they already won.
And I'll say this. I don't necessarily know if I agree with you.
Okay, that's cool. Josh Allen, same.
I hear what you're saying, though.
Josh Allen, same thing.
I said this before this Super Bowl, right? The Super Bowl that I predicted, that I properly predicted like week 2.
Sure.
Since you wanted me to gloat, let me get that.
You earned that. But, go for it.
But I'll say this. the best player and coach beat the best team in
Mhm.
the Super Bowl. So
Oh, I
that
agree with that.
so that tells you, right? That tells you that those two things matter the most in football. So if you look at the talent pool that is in San Diego, if you look at hell, his pass catchers are better than the ones that are in Kansas City, except Kelsey,
Yep.
right? So if you put Patrick Mahomes in San Diego, I don't know if they win the Super Bowl, but I tell you this, they're not battling to get into the playoffs.
No.
Well, now we're going to end up in a much longer discussion about offensive game design and all this other stuff.
I hear you.
All I'm saying is this, and to your point, again, Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL today, no doubt. Andy Reid, best coach in the NFL today, no doubt. Here's the issue, and I understand and I agree that the one mistake Jalen Hurts made in that Super Bowl is a huge mistake, and because he fumbled that ball that turned into a touchdown, Mahomes wins the argument. But take that play out, Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes. Yes, he did. You can't say it because he had that fumble.
No, because honestly, I don't even like the fumble is what it is.
Yes.
Right. Like there's lies, there's damn lies, and then there's statistics. I completely understand that Jalen Hurts' numbers were better than Patrick Mahomes, but he didn't outplay Patrick Mahomes. Jalen Hurts played his ass off. I mean, that is not a shot at Jalen Hurts, but you can't play quarterback better than Patrick Mahomes played in that game. That might be the best game he's ever played.
Yeah.
Second half.
From a circumstantial standpoint, unreal.
It's great.
Unreal what he did.
Governor, would you rather?
Yes.
And the flag was BS.
and I don't think anybody disagrees. It also didn't change the context of the game.
Dang.
All right.
They were still going to win by a field goal in the end.
They were going to kick one and make it, and then Hurts was going to get a minute and a half to do what he do.
The script was already written, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Let's see. What do we have here? All right. Would you rather run anchor leg on a gold medal winning Olympic relay, or would you rather get the winning shot in the NBA playoffs, in the NBA finals?
Well,
Would you say? I just want to hear it again. Anchor on the 4x4 or
anchor a gold medal 4x4 in the Olympics, or hit the
Game-winning shot,
or be Ray Allen.
Yes.
The Ray Allen shot is more lucrative. So at
Yes.
the end of the day, I'd probably land there. I'd probably land there. I mean, hell, throwing 180 in the darts on ESPN.
Wait, they don't send the fourth leg on a relay. They don't send him to Disney World? No?
No,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure they don't.
Well, there you go. There's your answer right there.
Right. So, no, but I'd rather anchor a competitive 4x4 because the Olympic 4x4 finals aren't that competitive. I don't want to do the hero lap. I want to race. But yeah,
I think you're in the minority there because I really enjoyed watching Michael and Quincy and all those cats win the 4x4 by
I
like the them versus the clocks.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's cool. Listen, I'm here for it. I am. But yeah, I'm like I said, I'm pretty sure winning the dart world championship is more lucrative than
Oh my gosh.
So, hey, if you see darts live on TV, that crowd is hype.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Wow.
Big league.
Wow. Yes. Wrapping us up, I'm going to give a summation of heartbeat props to those athletes who are at USA Indoors to represent the USA well. Have a great championship. Do what you do the best you do on the day that you do it. With that said, good luck. Heartbeat props to you all, to your coaches. May you not have heart attacks while in Albuquerque at elevation.
It's not
Carry
true.
carry the entire sport, Trevor Bassett.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
TB. We here for it.
Oh my gosh. Well, Governor, good luck at conference this weekend. Clyde, myself, we have another week to endure. Lamar, happy spring training to you. Everyone else, have a good week. We'll see you again soon. Bye, everyone.